This week's Torah portion is called Tazria, which literally means "and she will conceive." It's in context of a woman who conceives and gives birth to a baby. If she gives birth to a baby boy, she is ritually impure for a certain number of days and can't visit the Mishkan. If the baby is a girl, then the number of days is double. This opens a fascinating question why there's a difference in the number of days between a baby boy and a baby girl. And though this is a valid question, and there's plenty of good commentary out there about it, I will not answer this specific question because this video series focuses on reading the Torah portion through a filter of parental alienation. The Torah shifts to tzara'at, which oftentimes gets mistranslated as leprosy. It's not leprosy, and there's no English word for tzara'at. There are several different types of tzara'at, as we will learn in this week's Torah portion. Most times, tzara'at is a physical manifestation of a spiritual deficiency. It's heaven's way of bringing to light something that's hidden. Once again, we have a question: what does any of this have to do with parental alienation? According to Jewish tradition, tzara'at is most commonly the result of lashon hara, the wicked tongue. Lashon hara is gossip that denigrates another person. We will see an example of lashon hara resulting in tzara'at in Sefer Midbar, which is the book of Numbers, chapter 12, verses 1 through 15. Severe parental alienation is almost always the terrible result of lashon hara that's designed to denigrate a parent in front of a child. We learned in the Torah portion called Bereshit how the serpent used lashon hara to alienate Adam and Chava from the Heavenly Father. We also saw how the deadly consequence of lashon hara unraveled the world until the flood. Lashon hara that starts privately in the home destroys the family. Then it destroys the community. Then it destroys society. And eventually it destroys the whole world. This week's Torah portion confronts lashon hara with tzara'at. The Shekhinah simply can't dwell in the midst of a people who gossip about each other, especially when they turn children against their parents. This same gossip, or lashon hara, is what alienated us from our Heavenly Father in the first place, and He won't tolerate it. We learned in the last two Torah portions that we have a biblical mandate to mend broken relationships between parents and children. Step one is to stop the gossip. Malachi's prophecy is the very last prophecy in the Jewish Bible, which is called the Tanakh. After that, the ball is in our court to stop lashon hara and to mend broken relationships between parents and children, especially cases of parental alienation. Why is it such a big deal that Torah goes so far as to mandate tzara'at to expose it? There's a story that's popular among both Catholics and Jews. A person spread gossip about another person in a medieval village. The gossip harmed the other person's reputation, and the gossiper sought forgiveness. The gossiper was instructed to take a feather pillow, open it, and release all the feathers. The gossiper followed this instruction and returned asking for forgiveness. The gossiper was told that forgiveness would only be possible after regathering all of the feathers and putting them back into the pillow. The gossiper protested, "That's impossible! Who knows where the winds have spread all of my feathers?" The feathers in the story represent our words of gossip that can easily spread out of control and cause a lot of harm. Once we spread gossip, it can become impossible for us to take our words back. Many homes have been destroyed by words of gossip. Lashon hara is very contagious and eventually leads to the destruction of the world. If we want the Shekhinah to dwell among us, then we must eradicate lashon hara from our midst. Tzara'at is heaven's way of keeping us accountable to do this. Next week's Torah portion is called Metzorah, and it will continue the discussion on tzara'at. Does tzara'at only affect people?